Let me see. What's actually very good, because I'm glad that we took that out. Marvel's future lineup. I didn't realize I gave you some PTSD on that one. But
that's the full Disney lineup is just terrible.
By the way.
Yeah.
So that way you feel like there's no way that IGN did that. Like, no, they did that. We'll get to it. Hold on, let me see the future line, because I know I have that saved somewhere around here of the mini pictures. All right, so in the podcast, people are aware of my frustration with this current phase that we are right now. By the way, little detour, what are your thoughts of having Robert Downey Jr. back again as Dr. Doom? Do you think that was a smart move from Marvel in their perspective? Or it was like...
You have the multiverse of madness, so you could bring that back in there. Were there other characters you could bring in as Dr. Doom? Yes. Do I feel he's going to be the main Dr. Doom? No. I think he's going to be the starter point of it, and the actual Dr. Doom's going to come out.
Really?
I think it's just pretty much a thing for like a surprise for like Tom Holland Spider-Man and, other characters. Oh my God, it's what are you doing here? Type of thing. And the thing is Tony Stark, and it's not. He can probably try to take over as Tony Stark type of thing. And then obviously the actual Dr. Doom comes out of nowhere.
Interesting.
So I think he's going to die again.
Hold up.
Like
wait a minute.
Damn.
Something ain't right.
Interesting. I feel like that was going to be like the main plot for, obviously, he's going to be in Doomsday, of course.
Yeah.
But he's also scheduled for being Secret Wars.
Which I think that's where the actual Dr. Doom is going to come out. And it'll be something like towards the end of the movie.
Okay. All right. I always told everybody, like, guys, don't never slept on Dr. Doom, because Dr. Doom is a Thanos level threat.
Yes. 100%.
I don't know how people like sleep on Dr. Doom just because he was like the main villain in the Fantastic Four. It's like, no, it's take that out.
The Fantastic Four movies ruined it pretty much for him.
Yes.
So
3 times, because there was 3 movies of the Fantastic Four. 3 times they ruined it. Take that element out of your head, because if you read the comics, you know how serious Dr. Doom is. In fact, to the point that during the Infinity Wars, didn't he had all Infinity Stones they stole from Thanos? He was like the one that sneaked in once he saw Thanos like kicked down and one eye being, he stole the Infinity Stones.
Yeah. So
are you serious, guys? So Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, I hope he does a great job. I agree. I don't think he's gonna be the Doom that we know. He's gonna be like a variant.
Yep.
And like where Iron Man actually became Dr. Doom because he had to, because he saw all his people died and he didn't do anything. So he had to become the necessary evil for it to prevent other stuff.
Yep. So I think it's gonna be a variant. There's too many variants going on with Loki, with Deadpool and Wolverine. So they're kind of throwing hints at you out there. And I think that's what's going to happen. They just pretty much shocked everyone, and they don't want to really release who the actual Doctor Doom is going to be. So I think we're going to get a huge shocker in the movie. So,
do you think that the entire MCU will die once Galactus is the last final boss? Like, do you think like that's what's going to end the MCU and we call it a day?
I would honestly, God, think that that's what they should do. I mean,
they already hint that he's appearing in Fantastic Four.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. That's gonna have to be the way it works. You cannot continue these stories going on and on and on, because there's so. I mean,
other than Thanos and Ultron and Dr. Doom and Galactus, those are the 4 major threats on a multi-universal level. What other threats are as big as them?
It's like if you look at the stories, it was the Infinity War, the Secret Wars. I mean, there's not, and then the Galactus one, but there's not anything else that's Apocalypse with X-Men is the next one that you could bring in. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, don't reboot it either, because there's no point of rebooting it. I mean, obviously you're trying to make money and stuff, but I mean, what's the next story you're going to ask from them? But you need all these characters in. Or do you just continue making movies and just do it in their own, aspect and universe? I don't mind that. I don't mind them doing a Squirrel Girl, movie or anything like that. I'm mentioning that because that's a random character.
Yeah.
But I don't mind them doing that. But I think after they're done with Secret Wars and Galactus War, I think they need to stop with these all team ups and just focus on major characters or side characters movies. One and done type of thing. You know, that you're getting introduced to a character, you're done with it. Get introduced to another character, you're done with it. Like these team ups are getting a little bit too much already. To a point that I'm getting lost right now. What's going on? So,
no, I agree. That's what I feel like. And you can feel the shift ended when Endgame became a thing, and then when the whole TV series aspect came about, I think that's where like the love started to die out. Because I'm not gonna lie, WandaVision was a great series.
Yeah,
but the Falcon and the Winter Soldier was like.
I was like, did we need it?
Exactly.
It set up pretty much another. Set up the new group that's coming out right now.
Thunderbolts.
The Thunderbolts. I'm like, all right, so it brought that out. The Black Widow movie came out.
Did we need it, that Black Widow movie?
You know, like you could have done the Thunderbolts without, I think, all those series going out.
Right.
So,
also, like, I finished the Agatha series. It's a shit show.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it because I was waiting until the whole entire thing finished. But I mean, it's. I heard it's a lot. I heard it's a lot. Like, there's a lot of like.
There's a lot of things happening, but at the end of the series, my question is, how is this impacting me or impacting the MCU overall? Like, how? I'm not gonna give you too much spoilers about it. There is a character that. Okay, it's gonna appear. I guess this is why they're setting up the Young Avengers. But in the whole time, I'm like, where is this affecting the MCU overall? Like, how is this? And they try their best. And let me tell you this: I have nothing against it, but there is such thing as too much wokeness. Too much wokeness. I don't care about you. You know, I've said this so many times, and I've said it to Mike as well. When it comes to making movies, as long as you're great at it and you have a great part and you can act the shit out of it, I really don't care your sexual orientation, your ethnicity, your race, your religious beliefs. That to me goes out the window. As long as you can do the part and you do the part right,
that's fine.
That's fine with me. But if you're trying to force me a character that is like, oh yeah, he or she is gay for no reason. And we're just like putting it as like, oh, okay. And then you're just like expand the wokeness out of it. It's just like
there's no point of it. You could remove that from it. Like
exactly. Like you can tell me a better story without letting me know, like, oh yeah, like there's movies that I've seen that like I can tell, oh yeah, this person is on this other sexual orientation, but he did such a great job in the movie and he did so. He or she didn't have to explicit about it. And this series itself made it so like throw it into your face. Like it's right there. You know, be okay about it.
It's like, scary you say that because if I watch, and I'm thinking about it right now, if I watch Universal movies, I don't get that feeling out of it. But anything Disney has been coming out with lately is pushing that narrative to us.
Yeah.
Okay. Buzz Lightyear was one of them. They pushed that to us.
Yes.
The Acolyte TV show, they pushed that on us.
Oh my God.
So
yes. I want to talk to you about that too.
So I think what you're saying right now, it's not really like everything out there is pushing it to us, but a lot of it is Disney. Why they're doing that, I don't understand. I don't know why they're pushing that. Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but
again,
you're pushing it for what reason? Like, what significance does that have it with the show or anything like that? And I think it kind of takes away from what they're trying to showcase out there. Agatha Power could have been a good show if they didn't bring that in there or they had to shove that into us. I think, other characters in the MCU, they're probably trying to push that with us a little bit as well. Look at the Eternals. Eternals got canceled. So like the ending of the credits of it, I'm like, all right, so what's going to happen with those two guys that came out at the end? I forgot I think was it Hermes?
Oh yeah, the one that says Thanos' brother.
Yeah, like what's happening with those two people? Are they pretty much done from it? Like,
or probably they're gonna use those characters for future projects. They're not gonna be their own standalone film, but they're just gonna be, like it's like how Spider-Man was introduced to the MCU. They didn't make the Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland. He was just put into that, and then that greenlit the whole Spider-Man franchise with Tom Holland.
So I'm trying to
little things like that. That's like, so what now? Like you gave us something like that Well, it meant nothing at the end now.
Yeah.
Now it means nothing.
Same thing with what's the other character? The one that was arrested. That was supposed to be the Kang Dynasty.
Oh,
so
yeah.
How are you gonna write that off? Like, explain to me how you're writing that off.
Shit, fuck. How the hell did I forget his name?
Because that's how they changed it to now Doomsday.
Yes, because it was supposed to be Kang's Dynasty, the Avengers, and then Secret Wars,
which is the Celestials. Which was the reason why Eternals got canceled, because that the Celestials are in there. So how are you gonna now give us that?
Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, Jonathan Majors. So how are you gonna now like fix this? No, let's shove this at you and tell you that these two people like each other. Or these two, like, no, like, I don't want to know that. I need to know where the story is going at. And I think what Disney's trying to do is that instead of understanding the stories of all these Marvel characters, which is a lot of them, they're giving us all this other stuff that we don't care about. Like, I need to know the story and that's it. I need to know the plot, what it is, keep me engaged, give me a twist out there, and that's it. I don't need to know a twist that, hey, we're making this character, liking their bi or whatever it is. I don't care. Like, it's not, you don't have to shove it into people's faces, but give us a story. That's what we're here for. The MCU universe, the Star Wars universe, we're here to hear a story. That's about it. They're not doing that. Disney is the one that's shoving all that to people's faces.
I don't know. Again, probably it's because so they can have more audience, more to appease the audience, just to bend over. But that's a problem. Yeah. That's one major problem, because sometimes we can please everybody.
You can't, and they're trying it, because look, the Marvels was a flop. Ant-Man was a flop. The last Ant-Man, that movie that came out.
Yeah, Quantumania.
And because they're not going by the story, they're trying to shove things at people, and it's like, look, you can still make Miss Marvel and these other two women as superheroes, and make them popular without trying to pitch it in a way that you were saying, like in a woke style way into it. That made it seem like, all right, well, Nick Fury, you're just a piece of crap. And Ant-Man, just to let you know, your daughter is a lot more important than you are. Like, no, like, you continue the story, you can still make them as significant and bring them up without trying to, ruin the story.
Yeah, the one thing I have to say that the one thing that I hate about Endgame, which I feel like is like a marvelous movie, is that scene that all the women came out and defended Spider-Man. It's like, oh, women power shit. I get the message out of it, but you can tell it's like, bro, if this is not them shoving like wokeness right there and there, nothing will. Because at what given time have all these amazing super heroines ever met each other and decided to work along in synchronization and achieve the goal? I was like, there's no chance. It took, how many movies did the Avengers took for them to like finally work together as a team?
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure it out right now. And the reason we mention it is because, for example, Wasp, I don't think she met any of those people.
No.
She never met Ms. Marvel. She never met Pepper Potts.
No.
Who became the other Iron Man. She never met...
Valkyrie has never met any of them.
Valkyrie's never met any of them. So it is true. Like, why would you bring out something like that? Like, I would have liked to have seen Valkyrie. The way you could have done it was Valkyrie comes out with all the people from Asgard as the main person leading that charge.
Yeah. Wow. That's actually pretty good.
Pepper Potts coming out, leading a charge with, Iron Man's type of people. Miss Marvel fighting all these other type of,
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel bringing out all these people as well.
Yeah.
Suji from, Black Panther bringing out all the people from Wakanda.
Tribe. Yeah.
That would have been more like shit. They're leading the charge of everything.
Yeah, like them women empowerment, leading all of them. That makes a lot more sense. More than like a bunch of women that I don't know who the fuck you are, but we're fighting together. Yeah. And then you see Gamora and her sister along with Potts and the Watson. You're like, you guys have never synchronized each other. How the fuck? And then Scarlet Witch, mind you, Scarlet Witch just came back from the blip. She has no idea what the fuck is going on. She's like, all right, I'm gonna help you guys. Let's do this.
Yeah, there's ways of doing it that you would have made a bigger impact than the way that they were doing it.
I agree. And that's one of the things that's killing Disney right now. That whole empowerment. Like, once again, guys, nothing against it. If it's part of the plot, it's part of the plot. Yeah. As long as there's a good story and the person can act on it, boom. Let's make it rain, But if you're telling me you're forcing this out of me, and it's like, I'm not gonna take it, bro, because I already got it. I got it. You don't need to like tell me 20 times in the same movie, like, oh yeah, I'm in this side. I think the best way they did it with Loki is when there were that scene and Sylvie was asking like, is this the girl or there's a guy? That was like the best way you could ever introduce that Loki was bi. But again, Loki is the god of mischief, the god of shapeshifter. He can become a girl and a man at the same time. He's also a god. God like people don't have any genders. They're gender fluid. So that made a lot more sense for me to say everybody was making a big deal, but I kind of already knew about it since he's the god of mischief. Like he can be a boy and a girl at the same time. So like I kind of understand that. So that was like the best way that you tell me like, oh yeah, good. And I'm glad that they didn't like shove that shit on every other scene or every.
Yeah, I like you're mentioning it right now. Like that might have been mentioned once.
Yes, that's it.
The whole entire story was how is Loki going to figure out how to fix the timeline? Yeah, that was me the whole entire time. Like how is he going to fix it? He's going back. He's going back. That was 1 second. I didn't have to worry about it ever again. You know, you're not getting shoved all this stuff into your face. I'm telling you, it's Disney. It's not anybody else. It's Disney.
Is that why you primarily hate Star Wars right now? Like anything that comes out of Star Wars right now, you just like dismissive right away?
Ever since George Lucas left.
Okay. So after the third Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. So after
they have Clone Wars, the regular show. That was good. They finished it off correctly. I think George Lucas probably had his hands into it. Yes. That was great. The Ahsoka show.
You didn't like it?
It was good, but they ruin it by like Qui-Gon gets stabbed with a lightsaber. This girl gets stabbed by a lightsaber. She's still alive.
Yeah, as anything that we've learned over the years of Star Wars lightsabers, all it takes is one stab and you're done. I mean, that's how Qui-Gon Jinn died.
So Mandalorian was good. You have Baby Yoda. Okay, Grogu. Okay, that's to push the line of that. That's fine.
That's its own thing. That's its own, and I like the Mandalorian because it's own thing. They're not trying to shove anything Skywalker related into it. I mean, obviously the whole point is take baby Grogu to Luke, but it wasn't like they're trying to shove it in. Like, no, it's its own thing and it's continued to own thing. I got my mishaps with the third season because it was like I feel like it was all over the place. Yeah, but I'm happy that they're ending it with a movie. Yeah, so it's like okay, then end it with a bang. Don't end it with a continuation of more seasons and not being good at all.
I think, you know, Ahsoka was good because you had Anakin Skywalker come back. Obi-Wan was amazing. I think it needed a bigger budget. I know you're trying to push Leia and stuff like that, but you kind of see at the end, if you tie it into the movie, how Leia knew who Obi-Wan was. So it kind of works out a little bit. They just need a bigger budget, to be honest. Take away the Acolyte budget and give it to that one. Andor, that's fine. You kind of see how everything fell into place. I like the show. The 3 movies that came out, which is The Force Awakens, Rise, and Last Jedi.
And what was the last one?
The Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker.
I hated it. The fact that at the end of the movie, and I don't like this, is they ask, what is your name? And she goes, Rey Skywalker. You're not a Skywalker. I'm sorry to tell you.
You're a Palpatine.
You're a Palpatine. You could say, I am Rey. That is it.
Yeah, I'm Rey.
Stop trying to force things and ruin what George Lucas did. When the Acolyte came out, that one Jedi that was on there didn't know about the Sith because he says, the Sith have been extinct for a millennium and it's been 100 years. And guess what? He already knows the Sith are around. How? Darth Plagueis, you showed him for 2 seconds into the TV show. Yeah. Why? Why are you injecting these characters? Now they want to come out with a new movie that's all about Rey again. Why? We have the
I thought we were like done with Rey and her. I thought they were saying that they were done with the whole Skywalker.
No, they're the next movies that they're doing. The next trilogy is releasing is about Rey.
What?
Yes, they just announced
I didn't know that. Wait a minute. I thought they said they were done with the Skywalker story.
They were, and then it came back again.
Oh no, they got the bun for that.
Congratulations, so, I mean, you played yourself.
You're telling me you can't come out with the Old Republic. What is the best Star Wars game out there right now?
Old Republic.
Knights of the Old Republic was the best Star Wars game ever.
Second goes The Force Unleashed.
Okay. You can do a story with the Force Unleashed, or you could do a story with freaking what is it? With the Knights of the Old Republic. That's what people want to see. I don't want to be shoved that I'm watching The Acolyte and there's a Jedi half nude on the freaking show ironing his shirt just so they can show, like, again, oh my God, there's a guy that's half nude. Maybe he's bisexual. Maybe he's not. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Oh, guess what? We're going to have a lightsaber, not to whip. Dude, I'm sorry to tell you, but there cannot be a lightsaber that's a freaking whip.
I thought that was cool, but I never knew that thing ever existed to begin with. I didn't ever know that was a thing.
It's the point that, number one, how do you train with that? Because you're gonna get stabbed, you're gonna get freaking hit with it. There's no way of doing anything with that. And then I feel like they were trying to shove too much. Like, oh, the show's doing bad. Put Yoda at the end of the TV show. Or, oh, this is doing bad. Let's put Darth Plagueis. Maybe they'll like it.
Joe, so you think that wasn't even part of the show? You think that was just like they say the reaction how bad it is, and they just they quickly put those.
They wanted to put little things in there to get people entertained, or what happened was it backlashed. And it's Disney not knowing what they're writing. It's getting writers that don't know anything about the story and putting them in there.
That's something that has been pissing me off for a long time. One of the actors of The Acolytes, he confused Anakin Skywalker with Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, no.
Like he says, like, oh yeah, Luke Skywalker, but I don't understand. Luke Skywalker was bad the whole time, and you hear people, whoa. And I saw this, like, he did not say that. I saw the video interview. I'm like, yo, if you're gonna tell me that you're gonna play a character, at least know your story, at least know the lore, at least know what the whole thing is about, but don't pretend that you know. Like that will piss me off a lot more. That you're like, I get it. If you don't give a shit, fine. You don't give a shit, but don't make me believe that you don't give a shit. Make me believe that you.
Yeah, that's the issue. They were literally trying to push things on us, and it's like, yo, like, you don't know what the story is about. Rebels, great show. I'll be honest, great show. Freddie Prinze Jr. was on the TV show. He was the Jedi Master. I think he probably had a hand into it, knowing he's a great writer. If you guys didn't know, he does WWE. He used to be a writer for them.
Shit.
So he knows lore of Star Wars as well. So I think if you have the right actors, you have the right people on there, don't know what they're doing. If you don't, you're gonna get crap. And I feel like that's what's happening with the Star Wars franchise. They're giving us crap. I don't want to see a Rey. I'm not saying anything bad with her. I think Rey's a great person. But you know what you can do? If you want to try pushing, because you're trying to push a woman as a main person, you can go with the Old Republic and make someone in there.
You're right. There's so much to explore. There is no actual lineage of there's a main character, whether it's male, female, or alien, or whatever. Like, literally, there's so much to explore there.
Who is the main character in Knights of the Republic? It wasn't you as Darth Raven.
It was never.
It was that female.
Yeah,
that was a Force sensitive. At the end of the game, you decided if you wanted to stay good or bad.
Yeah,
and she would be the one that decided the fate of everything, whether all the rebels died or if the Empire or the Sith will rise. She was the main person. She was the main antagonist. They didn't push me that on it. They made me believe that me turning into Darth, or me being Darth Raven, I had a concussion or whatever. I didn't know that was the main part. No, she's the main one. She's the one that had all the power. She's the one that understood that. You can make that story with the Old Republic as a movie and make that as the main person. And you're not tarnishing anything out there. And I think that's what Disney was trying to do. They're just, I don't know what they're doing. I don't. There's so many things that they can do to make things better, and they're not focusing on what the right things are.
I think it's most of the time it's just the writers just don't do the research well enough. That's what it is. Because you know what? Paramount had that problem when they made the Halo franchise, the Halo series, the TV series. I love Halo, and I told my cousins I'm never watching that series. Never. Because I find out that the writers, they never played the game. They admitted of never playing the game. They just know the summary of it. Yeah. So it's like, so what are you making me believe about your Master Chief? Like, what? Yeah. And luckily, they say this is a standalone universe. It's not canon. Doesn't have to do anything. Good. Don't tarnish my Halo franchise. Yep. But that's a problem I'm seeing a lot more with a lot of writers that are not doing their research well enough, and that ultimately affects the the actors as well.
Mhm.
The actors, they should know their research as well. It's like if you're playing into a character from a huge franchise,
Mhm.
you should know a little bit of back end. Like, motherfucker, if you have time to party and whatnot, you have time to watch any of these Star Wars movies. Like, it's hard for me to believe that all these years that you've been acting, you haven't even watched one Star Wars movie. Or okay, let's not do Star Wars. How about Lord of the Rings? You're telling me you haven't watched Lord of the Rings when you were growing up? When you become, some of these actors are younger than us, and they're Star Wars characters. You're telling me you haven't had one chance to be introduced to all these iconic movie franchises, and you're part of this movie franchise, and you know nothing about it? You're just trying to pretend. Like, come on.
It's Disney. It's Disney. Disney's the issue. So before anybody gets mad at us or what we're saying, Disney's the issue. Because I'll bring up another franchise very quickly. Game of Thrones.
Oh my God.
Jon Snow's the main. No, Jon Snow's Arya was the main person. Who's the one that killed the Night King?
No.
Arya. Guess what? Did they throw her in front of our face throughout the whole entire show? No. But who's the one that everybody remembers? Her. You made a woman as a main person without shoving it in my face because that's what you want. And pretty much I got the story out there.
Like, you saw you know what's iconic about Arya is that you saw from the little girl that she was, that had everything, and then got taken off, and then she had to become a killer to become to where she is right now. It's like all these years has led me to do this.
Yeah, it's that's
like
what I'm
we
saying.
saw the huge character development that made me like, wow, okay.
But here's Disney. They just want to shove in our face. Here you go. I want this person as the main person. This is the person you're going to care about. For example, Finn was supposed to be the Jedi. If you look at the covers and stuff like that, he had the lightsaber. Everyone thought he was going to be the Jedi. Cool. Guess what? They made him into an irrelevant character throughout the entire series.
He held the lightsaber for one movie, never hold it again for two more.
And then in the second movie, let me be in a casino talking mad crap to this woman that's probably going to be my girlfriend now.
Yeah.
Irrelevant. Third movie, irrelevant. I'm on the Death Star or whatever station this is. I'm going to blow it up on these forces. Irrelevant again.
Yeah, like that was.
And again, the reason they made it relevant was because he wasn't even the main type of person that was on that base. They brought a woman character into it to make her pretty much like the main one that was helping them out, and she was the main one of it. So you made a character that everybody was going to like and made him into an irrelevant person into the show. You tried shoving a little bit of what you were saying before. Is he liking women? If he was like guys, because he kind of had a thing with Poe. We didn't know kind of thing. Like,
yeah, that was kind of weird.
I'm telling you, Disney is the issue. It's not anyone else. If you watch anything that's out there, the only issues that everyone's complaining about is Disney. I think Disney's the reason why.
I think it's because there's a lot more studio interference. And that's why it's like some of the downgrades of a lot of shows and movies coming out from Disney. It's because of studio interference. And you hear some of these directors like bro, like I wanted to do it my way, and then the studio decided like they want it this way. Yeah. Because I think that's another problem. What happened with the Acolytes? Disney didn't want to portray that the Jedi Order at one point in time they were pretty bad.
Yeah,
like they were like kind of a little bit of Nazism in it. If you look at it at another lens, but anybody who's read the comics, read the novels, they know that this is something that's been normal about the Jedi Order for the longest time. And I think guys, let's think this through. How the heck do you think there's kids trained in the Jedi temples by these great Jedi minds? They're all happy and golly. Oh my God, I'm a Jedi. I'm a Jedi trainee. I'm going to be an apprentice and then a Jedi Knight and all that. Where do you think they recruited them? It didn't came out of the goodness of their hearts. No, they went planet to planet.
Anakin was pretty much taken away from his mom.
Oh my God, let's go deeper than that, bro. That's exactly how it all started. Like, if you think it through, if Qui-Gon Jinn didn't adopt Anakin to become a Jedi,
and not only that, remember, they play the dice thing that they throw the dice. And Qui-Gon moved the dice so it landed on Anakin, not the mom. So pretty much saying, no, I want Anakin, screw the mom. So you're stealing the kid away from his own mother.
No, bro, you're wrong. Remember, Anakin and the mom were slaves. They've been owned by this guy. Of course, he did it out of the goodness of his heart.
Yeah, but instead of getting the mom, he got Anakin. He wanted Anakin. So you're taking it's. You see what I mean? Like it's.
No, but what are you talking about, bro? It's the decent thing. You give it to the child. Give the child some freedom.
Yeah. Perfect example. Look, George Lucas before Disney bought him. Who is the main? We had Anakin. Obviously, you knew Darth Vader. He made Princess Amidala a main character without shoving in her face.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh, you're right.
He did it the right way of how they needed to do it.
You're right.
So I'm telling you, it's
a Disney thing.
It's a Disney thing. Disney right now wants to make every single IP a certain way, and it's.
So this is exactly where the hatred starts from all Star Wars fans. It's like nothing that you put in, like I'll be happy about it. I don't know why a lot of people really like Andor. I felt like it was too slow and then too quick and then slow again. It was just like
they're trying to get IPs out there, and it's just I don't understand why they're trying to get so many IPs out there.
Because they already got the IPs enough. So it's like why are you trying to expand?
There's other. I mean, look, there's a book I read. Dark Trooper. Is it Dark Trooper? It's a horror style Star Wars, where they're like in a base as a prisoner and stuff like that. And the stormtroopers turn into like pretty much like zombie diet style. Why don't you make a movie of that, Disney? Like, why don't you give us a horror style Star Wars type of movie? That's a book is already written out of it.
You don't have to think much about it. You just copy what's in the novel
and put it into a movie. I mean, Jesus Christ, like you're trying to make all this other stuff and it's not. Stop trying to rewrite what has already been good. Just make something else.
Okay. I can see that. Again, I'm just as a casual fan that I'm seeing all of this stuff. Now, will I see it? If I believe I want to see it, I'll see it. If not, I'm just gonna skip it through. Like, I'm not planning to see the second season of Andor. I didn't like. It was unbearable for me to finish it. The first one, The Acolytes, I finished from beginning to end.
I got canceled.
It got canceled. I thought it was decent enough to be like, all right, 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it like the worst shit has ever made. No, I've seen worse stuff. But would I put it like, oh, I'm looking forward for another season? Like, and I will say, and I said this in the podcast, the series itself is not as bad as people will say. It's just like the writing and these certain episodes all could be like,
yeah, way condensed.
Like the episodes that were back in the past, that could be a flashback. That could be one simple scene, flashback in and out, and that's it. And I get why they're like that. And I think it's either one of the directors or the writers. I know I've heard this somewhere. They say like, we tried to portray like the Jedi Order wasn't a good people whatsoever because that's what they do. But the studio interfere a lot, and they don't want to paint that picture to the Jedi because that's exactly what kids grew up. They grew up with like, oh, I want to be a Jedi. They don't want to know that the Jedi had a dark past, and that's what the Acolytes is all about. That's the fact the Acolytes got greenlit was by miracle, by chance. The fight scenes, I love Jedi fight scenes. No matter what, that won me over. And how anybody could die. How anybody could die. I was like, all right, bet we can do this. And the fact that Quamir never qualified himself as a Sith, he was more of an anti-Jedi, which is like I strongly am against the organization, and that's cool. I like the fact that you told me that there are anti-Jedis because that's what people were wondering on the Ashoka series. What were these two people? Were they Sith Lords? I'm like, no, they were never Sith Lords. They were just Jedi people that never agree with the Jedi Order, so they became anti-Jedi. So it is possible in the Star Wars universe that you could be somebody. You don't have to be a Sith to be against the Jedi Order. Yeah. You can just even at one point the Mandalorian people were against the Jedi Order because they destroy some of their civilizations.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what it is. I mean that's good storytelling, and you could tell when you're watching these shows who's writing the story and who's not writing the story.
Yeah.
Now I will bring up something with Ahsoka because you mentioned the anti-Jedi. Oh my God, who's the boy that they found there again?
From the Rebels.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm telling you now, he's bad. He's been stuck in that world, right? With the other guy all this time.
Oh yeah, General Grand Admiral
Thrawn.
Yeah.
Thrawn.
Evil person.
That man has manipulated that kid without them knowing, put him somewhere else. Because at the end of the show, who do they save? They saved him. Oh no, you leave. Yeah, that's exactly what Thrawn had it planned all along.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
And I think that
he knew about it. That's why he made that last speech.
Yes. He planned for this kid to be on the ship and the other two be stuck on the for Ahsoka and the other girl to be stuck on the planet.
Bruh.
I'm telling you now, he is not a Jedi. He is a Sith or an anti-Jedi.
Holy shit.
That if I was a writer for Disney, I would make that as a plot. I swear to God. Remember, he did also agree with Darth Maul a lot of things.
Oh yeah, right. Anybody who hasn't seen the Rebels, like Darth Maul was part of the squad for a little bit just because their ideas coincide and like they all have a common goal. Let's take this part down. The whole point of Rebels is show you like you could be a rebel from any order.
Yep.
Like you had a Sith, which was Darth Maul. Then you had somebody who used to be a Jedi and is a rebel. You had a Mandalorian that's trying to be a Jedi. And yeah, you have from different backgrounds, and you can tell that how each one of them had their own thing that they all became a rebel.
Yep.
That leads up to another rebel story. That's crazy.
So I think he is going to be evil. Just saying it out there right now. So just to, I think he's gonna pop on the Mandalorian movie because I saw. Oh my God, who's the other guy in the Mandalorian?
Pedro Pascal?
No, I know Pedro Pascal. They got from Rebels. They tall looking dude. Let me see.
You know how many tall looking dudes are there out there?
I know there's a lot. Let me see if I can find this quickly. This was the one that we're talking about.
Yeah. Ezra, yes.
Zeb is in Mandalorian.
That's oh yeah, he's what's his name? The voice actor, he's my favorite voice actor. He did Tom from Toonami and Orochimaru from Naruto.
So in the trailer of the Mandalorian movie or the whatever teaser they shown, he's actually in the ship with Mando in one of the scenes. So I think I think maybe Ezra will pop up in the show.
Interesting. So, yeah, because he did show up for one scene in the Mandalorian series. And then we never heard of him again.
So I think something's going to happen with that. I think Ezra's is evil, just to let you know. That's my theory. If Disney's right, if Disney wants to scary one and give a shock treatment, Ezra's evil.
Grand Admiral Thrawn, bro. That is the baddest motherfucker you can ever.
You're on a planet for how many years you're on that planet? God knows how many years with this guy?
And this guy has not once decided to kill you or like not once like even send troopers to like slave you or no, he just let you live. Damn. When you put it in that perspective, okay, now I see like, oh, there's a bigger plot in all this now.
Yeah. So
Jesus Christ. Yeah, the Star Wars universe, guys. Now we know why he hates it so much. We don't hate it much, but it's like it's a disappointment.
Look, I own the original trilogy in Laserdisc, VHS, DVD, Blu-ray. So yeah, trust me,
And I feel your pain.
Yeah.
No. I do feel your pain because I feel as a casual fan, I feel like they could do a lot more better.
Yep. And I've read the books that come after, like Heretics of the Empire, stuff like that. So I know the story that they could have gone with, and they went with a different way. So
shit. I mean, even now the video games that have been releasing, like the Jedi, with what's his name from Shameless?
Yeah, Jedi Survivor. I mean, those games they're good.
They're good, and I like that they're canon. That they're like, okay, good. Maybe you can finally put him out there in the movie or something, you know, because they're actually pretty good. They do a great storytelling. But damn, bro, guys, you can't. How do you fuck that up?
Yeah,
especially when you have novels, like you have endless amount of novel.
Disney.
That's exactly what happened with the Book of Boba Fett, bro. They fucked that up real bad. I thought the Book of Boba Fett was gonna be about Boba Fett. I didn't realize it was the book of many cameos.
So it's Disney that messed it up. Which
So yeah, guys, let us know in the comments down below what you guys think about the Star Wars. Switching back to the Marvel lineup.
I don't even want to right into anything else. Well, it's Disney and Marvel lineup is the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. So some of the upcoming shit that's coming over for Marvel. So right now, What If season 3, which is the final season. I don't know why. I feel like that's a great show.
I like it. I mean, it's What If is something that you could just watch and be like, man, what if this would have happened? Or what if
exactly?
This that's great. I like the What If series. I think it's great. I've actually heard people say, and we're going back to, they should make a What If Star Wars. It would be pretty cool. What if Anakin would have killed the Emperor? What if Anakin, like that would be kind of cool, like one season to see like different things that might have happened. I wouldn't mind that if they do shift into that, but I think What If Marvel has been great.
Yeah.
Like it's just insane. Like the stuff like the Doctor Strange one that he kept on going back and going back and going back and he just started turning more evil and more evil. That was just like, you're like, what the? So
they did a great job. I feel like the tales. No, what is it? The TV show from Star Wars that you give to certain anime companies and then they do their own spin film. What's it called? It's not Tales of the Jedi. It was something else. It was like Star Wars something.
I know what you're talking.
Because there's a couple of anime episodes that has nothing to do with whatever movie or whatnot, and they're just their own interpretation of Star Wars in their own anime style. I feel like that shit is sick.
Yep.
That and they don't say that it's within their own universe of the Skywalker universe. No, that's their own standalone thing. I like seeing that. That's actually pretty cool.
But see, What If is a way that you could have introduced what if, I don't know, this person met this person or this person met that or this person did this. They kind of tie into what we were saying before with Disney, like they're throwing all the women at one scene for Endgame. You could have done what if Valkyrie would have met Pepper Potts, or what if, these two people, like, then you go, oh shit, now I kind of realize why they put Whoopi all together in that scene. That I mean, there's ways of doing it, but they don't utilize it correctly. So
I think they messed up. Once Endgame became a thing, they messed everything up afterwards.
So
that's how I feel. January, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure that's a cartoon show.
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
Oh, okay. Dope, I guess. Yeah.
I would like the Amazing Spider-Man to come back, which I think it is going to come back.
I think
because X-Men 97, they teased it at the end of X-Men 97, Spider-Man and all that. Yeah. So I think Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man should come back. They left it as a teaser when it first came out back in the day. So Disney would be smart to jump on that.
Should be smart. Should be is the operative word. February is Captain America: Brave New World. Do you have any hope about that movie? I try to keep my hopes very low.
Look, the only reason I'm happy is because I want to see Harrison Ford as freaking Red Hulk. That looks so cool. Like I wonder if he's like turning into a Hulk. I played freaking hair. I played oh my lord, in Star Wars. Fuck this. Like I had to be in the last movie and stuff like that. Like I'm Han Solo. Like no, screw it. I'm just gonna turn into a Hulk and he gets pissed off because of that. That would be pretty cool. But I think that's the reason why I'm more excited for it. I'm not excited for the plot. I don't care for the plot that much. I think the Hulk character with Mark Ruffalo and stuff like that has died out pretty much for me. But I am excited to see Red Hulk. That's pretty much the only reason I'm going to watch it.
Okay. March, Daredevil, Born Again.
Yes. Reason being is because I think Disney is going to continue the dark path with what's his name, with Daredevil.
Yeah.
And they're not going to go into like the lighter, oh, this is a cute guy and whatever. No, they're going to go into what Netflix gave us with that character. So I think it's going to be good. I would like to see Spider-Man maybe pop out on the TV show. I doubt it, or, and things like that, but that'll be pretty cool.
I mean, they should. I mean, isn't he like in New York as well? There's so many characters happening in New York. You're telling me not one time has Spider-Man piqued his interest?
Yeah, or I mean, in the TV show, they were both, in it. So I would assume, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. But I'm excited.
May, Thunderbolts.
I'm not. Okay.
Well, it's Disney's Suicide Squad, basically.
I don't feel like I've related with any of the characters when
other than Bucky.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Bucky, and then Bucky hated the guy who was going to be Captain America and the TV show. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I mean, there's a new Black Widow. I do like the dad. I like
Florence Pugh as
yes.
Yeah, she's good.
But I just don't resonate with any of the other characters. So I don't.
That's why I feel that's like.
I feel they didn't give us enough story with them. Like we don't know those characters.
No, exactly.
It's not like Suicide Squad when you gave us, oh, here's Harley Quinn, here's Deathstroke, here's this guy, here's that. Oh, I know who all those people are. Fuck it. I'm going to resent with all of them. But even the Suicide Squad 2 movie when it came out.
Yeah.
You didn't know many of the characters, but I'm like, damn, Polka Dot Man was pretty cool. And then when I saw Peacemaker, man, Peacemaker was...
Yeah, it was fucking
amazing.
Yes.
So, but you still had Harley Quinn to tie it all in. Which character from that right there can you tie it in? You're telling me Winter Soldier is going to be the main one? Because I don't really care about Winter Soldier. I cared about Harley Quinn.
And I hate that they underutilized Taskmaster.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's Thunderbolts is, like you said, Suicide Squad. But I related to Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And I'm mentioning part 2 because part 1 had a bunch of characters that were great. Part 2 had a lot of people that you didn't really know who they were. Yeah. So that's why I'm resenting more to part 2, but you still had Harley Quinn as the main person. And then everyone else is a bridge. Yeah. So I watched it because I'm like, oh man, you have all these other characters. And then they started showing all these characters. All those characters there have been in a movie before. Have I pretty much related to any of them? Not really. No. So it's not, no.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. That's, again,
it's Marvel just throwing something out there to throw something out there. Yeah. And I'm praying to God it better go into something with Secret Wars or with Doomsday, because if not, it's pointless.
Yeah, again, all these movies, I need to have a reason why you're throwing it out there. I need to know how is this gonna impact me or impact the MCU overall. Yeah. Ironheart, I don't know if that's gonna be a movie or a show.
I don't
coming on June.
Is that supposed to be the daughter of?
No, that's
Pepper or some girl.
The girl that appeared in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes. Okay.
She actually inherits the Iron Man suit. It's like she's the next in kin because she made her own Iron Man suit.
Oh, okay.
As she appeared in the Wakanda. So I guess she's gonna have its own thing, but I don't know if that's a movie or a TV show. I don't know.
I think it's gonna be a TV show. I don't.
Again, when I see some of these young people popping into the MCU, it's like they're letting us know that they're gonna have a young Avengers eventually.
Which is fine with me. That's great with me. I would love to see a Teen Titans, not what we had with DC. I mean, it wasn't a bad show, but it wasn't a bad show. I would like a Teen Titans type of thing, also, like, you know.
Yes.
Or a young DC type of crew. So,
July. Wow, I didn't realize there's like every month coming up next year, there's something Marvel related.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm down for new stuff to watch. It's not breaking my bank.
No, because this year alone it was what? Deadpool and what else?
Deadpool. I think I went to the movies for Deadpool and Terrifier. That's it.
Yeah. So July, Fantastic Four.
100% I'm going to watch that.
And I'm happy they haven't released anything yet.
The only reason I'm watching is because I love Pedro Pascal. I think he's going to be a great Mr. Fantastic. I like that the way that they did it was correct. We're going to give you a retro style, Jetson style looking Fantastic Four, not in the Marvel universe that we know now, which we all loved, you know, who we had as Mr. Fantastic with the Wanda movie or the Multiverse of Madness. No, we're giving you a different universe, a retro style look. So it's not going to be the normal way you think. And me being someone that loves retro, I'm enjoying it so far, what they're coming out with.
And they already teased that Galactus is the main villain.
Yeah.
So it's like good. That ties up with everything.
I hope it's Galactus and not a well, that is Galactus. Because the last one was a freaking cloud.
Yeah, no, they can't mess that shit up. They cannot give. I mean, they already give us the Eternals. They give us the Celestials, like how big they are. So we're gonna have another Celestial, which is Galactus.
Yeah, but I'm excited for that. So that one.
And they also casted the Silver Surfer. It's a woman. I never knew Silver Surfer had like different variants of it to be one woman, but I guess like if we're in the multiverse, like
I'm good with that. It's the story and everything like that's in a different universe, a different timeline, different. And like I said, it's a retro world and all that stuff. I have no issue with the Silver Surfer being a woman. I know a lot of people are complaining about it. I think it is the girlfriend. If I'm not mistaken, I've read the story. Either it's the girlfriend of the person that was supposed to be the Silver Surfer.
Oh.
That gets the powers of it instead.
Oh.
So that's why
that makes more sense.
That's all I was reading. It's still someone that's a character, but not.
That makes more sense. That way, she's like, I need to warn everybody because my boyfriend died because of Galactus, and like,
Or even if it's just her as the Silver Surfer, I'm fine with that as well.
Okay.
So,
all right. So July 25th, it's the release date for Fantastic Four First Steps. That's the title of it. Eyes of Wakanda coming in August.
Oh, I'm trying to be rude, but I mean, what are you going to give me out of it? I mean,
it's hard for me to watch a Black Panther without Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah,
it was unbearable for me to watch the sequel.
It's not that. It's what is Wakanda done so far besides the vibranium? Like, what are you giving me out of the show? Now I'll have to see maybe a trailer to kind of get maybe into it.
So for what I've heard, the Eyes of Wakanda is more of a prequel, like how Wakanda started.
There's no point. I'm not trying to be rude, but there's no point of me getting a prequel to something that we've been in the Marvel universe for over 10 years. So why am I getting a prequel to a bunch of stuff that...
So that way you know how the Black Panther became a thing.
Unless I'm going to see his dad, like Black Panther's dad starting off, or like how the timeline goes on, that's different. If you're giving me a villain that was from the past to be in it, maybe. But if you're not giving me anything out of it, then I don't know where...
Fair enough. October, Marvel Zombies. Next year.
Okay.
December, Wonder Man. I don't know who that is. I've heard this character.
I've heard it also, but is that a TV show or is that a movie? There's no way.
It doesn't say. It says upcoming movies and shows. So it doesn't say what it is. I know he appears on the Thunderbolts. So they're gonna introduce his character there.
Okay.
And it's gonna his own thing. I don't know.
Maybe it's gonna be like a Peacemaker style character. For them. So
I guess. So now we're jumping to 2026. Avengers Doomsday coming in. Wow, May 1st, like right off the bat. It's like, yep, that's gonna be the one. And then July 24th, Spider-Man 4.
Yeah, it ties in. Doomsday will come out. He'll probably set up the whole thing for Secret Wars. Spider-Man is the main person for Secret Wars. Yes. So I feel that Spider-Man in Spider-Man 4 will probably get his black suit.
That's when he gets his Venom.
Yeah, that's where he gets his Venom suit, because that's how the Secret Wars is, that he's in that suit. So
that kind of made sense when on the end credit scenes when Eddie Brock from the Venom movie was talking about it, and all of a sudden one symbiote was like by its own, and then it's left out. So maybe that's how
it has to be that. I think that's what's gonna happen. Like Doomsday's gonna pretty much, people are gonna die probably in that movie. In the Doomsday movie for sure.
And in Secret Wars, everyone, you better believe people are gonna die. They have to kill characters, major characters. They have because if anybody read the comics, they know death is upon them. Like like if you thought that Infinity War was bad when people were dying, wait until you get Doomsday. And
it's really Infinity Wars. We only had 2 people die, Tony and Captain America. That's pretty much it.
Everybody else was in the blip, but everybody felt it. And one of my cousins, it felt bland to me about it. I don't know why people were so remorsed about the whole thing, because I already know there's gonna be an end game. I know that's coming out next year, so I know they're somehow gonna bring it back.
Yep.
It's like, okay, I understand. But I remember when I watched Infinity War, and then when the movie ended, that shit, everybody, as soon as the movie ended to the credit scenes, everybody started leaving there like a funeral just came by. Like, you see everybody so silent and like down. Everybody's like, yeah, pretty sure, because they've never seen a movie in which a bad guy wins.
Yeah, 100%.
Gotta give it to the Russo brothers when they did that. That was a bold move, but I'm happy, and I'm happy that they're gonna do Doomsday and Secret Wars, because that gave me a lot of hope. That it's like, okay, I know they did a great job with Civil War. They did a great job with both Avenger movies. I have no doubt they may actually do a great job for it. But now everybody's having that high expectation with the Russo brothers.
I think getting rid of Kang Dynasty and bringing Doomsday was a smarter idea.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with Kang. It's that you have to bring the Celestials. And without the Celestials, he's pretty much a nobody. I feel like we didn't get that from him in anything. In Ant-Man, we didn't get anything about so much about the Celestials. Like we heard a little bit teaser in Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes, we saw it in Eternals. But I feel like the Kang Dynasty would not have been where it needs to be.
I feel like it's because they didn't give enough plants.
Yeah, even in the Loki's season, which was still him in it.
Yeah.
And they recorded it before he got arrested. It gave us no reason that the Celestials are going to be coming out anywhere. So it kind of gave me like, all right, well, I guess we're just going to get a guy, just bring a bunch of variants, I guess. I don't know.
Ken never resonated with me. I know people say, no, Ken is like a Fred level villain. I get it.
He is with the Celestials.
With it, he is. Yeah.
Without it, he's...
Yeah, if it's just him and his variants, then it's just an army of himself. Like, you know.
I think Doomsday is going to be... I'm telling you, it's not going to be Robert Downey Jr. He's going to be in it, but he's going to end up dying in that movie and someone else is going to come in. I mean, the actual Doomsday.
Damn. I really hope that... Well...
I'm hoping that's what it is, because if not, then I'm going to be pissed. But they need to do that. They need to shock the world with something like that.
All right. Well, lastly, we got the Untitled Vision series that's coming that same year in 2026. We don't know nothing about it. I don't
understand why we need that, because Vision...
now we got Vision back. But now he's the white Vision.
There's no...
Secret Wars coming out in May 7 and 27. So wow. So we literally have what? Oh yeah, a year apart.
A year apart.
Blade, I
heard that got canceled. Or it's gonna get canceled.
Blade has been going back and forth. That I feel that I'll never see the day of life.
I also feel like the line that Wesley Snipes said in the Deadpool movie, saying there can only be one Blade.
Oh,
I think that's pretty much took a shot to Disney.
That was a shot, yeah.
And I think they're like, there's no point.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings 2.
So that will be the third phase of after Secret Wars.
I don't know where to put Shang-Chi in all this. I like the movie. Don't get me wrong. It's
good, but the problem is that now it's like you're giving me so many years apart. Like I thought he would have been like a major part for Secret Wars. Now you're giving me, if it's not before Secret Wars,
well, they say it's TBD.
To be determined. There's no point. Like I don't.
It should be before Secret Wars.
It should. It's just, is he a character that I want another movie of?
Yeah.
Or what I want to.
And also the rings are already like confirmed that it had to do something on a Universal.
Yeah. So I don't.
They have to be tied in with the Secret Wars. Or with Doomsday at that point.
Yeah,
whatever the plot that they're trying to get to, they said it's like centuries old. Like millennium old? Something like that.
I don't. I love the character, I love the story, but I don't see it fitting as a movie.
Armor Wars.
Is Don Cheadle still gonna be around?
Yeah, I hope so.
I mean
he's the only one. It's but then who's gonna be the villain in all this? It's him and Ironheart. Those are like the only two machine-made suits.
Yeah. Unless you bring back the guy from Iron Man 2 who made the suits. He didn't die.
Oh yeah,
the Russian guy.
Yeah, but didn't he die?
No. I think his suit went pretty much just exploded, but he didn't die in the movie. Oh. So I think that's the only person you could bring in.
I don't know, bro. I thought
Hammer, maybe, or Hammer is the main person that makes a bunch of suits. But I mean, the whole point is the same flaw as Iron Man 2.
Exactly. So I thought that was the Armor Wars at that time.
So you're not.
So again, they're just see what sticks. And then lastly, X-Men 97 season 2.
Okay, yes, that I do want to see. 100%.
That's your Marvel lineup as of right now.
Marvel has so many things they can do. There's a bunch of characters they haven't brought in that they can bring in and kind of make something out of it. I would love to see where was it not Black Adam? What's his name? The other one, Adam what he does with the new Guardians of the Galaxy and how that goes. That would be something I would want to watch because I would like to see how he develops and all that. That's pretty cool. Like, Jesus, like you have so many stories, so many comics.
There's so much you can do. There's just so much that you can do.
I know there's a little off topic, but for example, Transformers. We've seen a million Transformers movies. But you know what they tease at the end of the last Transformers movies? G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
So they're understanding, hey, look, Transformers is dying out a little bit. What's a comic series that's come out? Hey, we had Transformers and G.I. Joe in a comic book series. Screw it. Let's tease it. Let's bring it out. They tease at the end of the last Transformers movie. Everyone's going nuts because they're actually going to get finally that crossover. Do something like that. I don't know. There's so many stories out there, but they're trying to just cater to like what's pop or like what's the top seller, and hopefully people are going to stick to it. And I think Marvel's lost a lot of money. So
100%. Well, that's our thoughts about the Marvel lineup, bro. Yeah. We got nothing else to talk about. The Marvels. That let us know in the comments down below what you guys think. These were our frustrations out of Marvel. We just hope that they do better later on.
I mean, I would like to see what people ask. Like, what Marvel character would you like a movie out of?
I agree, because I feel like we already expanded all the popular characters, like the Iron Mans, the Captain Americas, the Spider-Mans. But outside of those, like, I don't know any other popular character that we can exploit to. And I'll be honest, I never heard of Thor until they released the movies. And once I heard Thor, I was like, oh, he's actually a legit fan. And the way that they actually make that unpopular character popular, I was like, oh, okay, so we can do it. It is possible. You just have to have a good actor, good director, good story writer. And we got stuff. I mean, it is possible.
You know what character they had and they didn't jump on it? Howard the Duck.
Oh my God, you're right.
You don't have to make a movie out of it. You can make a mini series on Disney Plus of Howard the Duck. You would have had a bunch of people watch it.
100%. 100%. I mean, he does appear a lot in the What If series.
Yeah, but I mean, you bring him out if you're bringing the What If, make a show of it.
Yeah, make a show of Howard the Duck. Yeah.
And it doesn't mean he's doing anything crazy. He's just doing regular little things out there and stuff like that. And I would watch that.
I agree. What other characters you think you say like,
I mean,
it's just that the comic book fandom is so big. Like, oh, Bing Fan Boom. You don't know about that guy?
I'm trying to think.
This is all what's his name? Stan Lee's one of many characters. You know that Stan Lee has a thing with character names.
Yeah.
They always have to have the same, like Peter Parker, Victor Von, Invincible Iron Man. So this is one character that nobody knows about it, but it's a character in the Marvel universe. It's supposedly like a man dragon or something like that. His name is Bing Fan Boom.
There you go. Like, come on, man.
I mean, anything is possible, bro. Anything is possible.
I'm telling you, Squirrel Girl would be a freaking great show out there. It's different. It's something that I think will relate to a lot of people. A lot of people love squirrels. A lot of people, you want to put a woman out there. It's not a big character out there, but you can literally tie into anything as well. It's a little series, 5 episodes. I don't give a crap, but I'd rather have that than Agatha.
That had no impact in the MCU whatsoever. So other than letting us know the witches wrote.
So
again, but yeah, guys, let us know in the comments down below what you guys think. Also, if there is that character that that you will wish to see it out there to be alive and in the show or in a movie, let us know in the comments below what character that is. We're moving on to the last final 2 topics. Well, not topics, but top. So firstly, we're going to go. This is something that I saw from Culture Graves channel, which I found it very interesting from them that they posted out. So they tell us the highest selling game consoles as of right now.
Okay.
They say Nintendo announced that the Switch has now sold over 146 million units.
Like, that system can't do anything. Like it's. I have one.
I have
but
one. But
it's very. I have the original one.
The original Switch.
And it's like, I think it's very like, I think eventually I'm about to get an OLED or wait till the Switch 2 comes out because.
Wait until the 2 comes out. It comes out.
But it's very, you can't do much with it.
I like the Switch. I don't know why I love the Switch so much.
I love it.
I think it's because it's how easy that I can take it anywhere. I can just play.
If I had an hour lunch, I would take it to work every day and play it at lunch. I don't have a 30-minute lunch, but if I had an hour lunch, I would take it. Why not? I would not mind playing some Mario Kart, just getting some things out there. Maybe playing a dungeon or something like that on Legend of Zelda or any game that they have out there. It's a great system.
And this is something I was talking to one of my cousins about the future of gaming. Mm-hmm. I feel like, let me tell you, PSP was literally ahead of its time.
I saw my PSP.
Huh?
I saw my original PSP.
When they announced that they were releasing a new handheld console for the PlayStation, I got so excited. And then when I realized it's the Portal, you can only use it for streaming, that kind of scared me a little bit. Because I wish that people will approach the Nintendo way, in which again, Nintendo has been doing this for how long, since the Game Boy appeared?
Yeah, 100%. They're willing to revolutionize every single system that comes out. So,
and now their only console is their only handheld. Like they had the NES. Years later came the Game Boy. And then they keep evolutionized, the NES to Super NES to N64, GameCube, Wii, Mii U, and then the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance,
3DS,
Game Boy SD, Nintendo DS, Nintendo 3DS, and now they somehow merge into what is the Switch. It's like the perfect game console. It's like what everybody wants, because they know that with having a handheld, you can literally take it anywhere, and because it's a family-oriented console, you include people within the family or outside of it to play stuff.
What I love about it is that now I've been seeing on TikTok there's an actual Switch that you don't have to take the dock anymore. You can just plug that in and it plugs into the TV.
Yeah,
so I've seen that now, but it's to the point that anytime I go to a friend's house, we're doing a Friendsgiving. Okay, cool. I'm gonna bring my Switch.
Yeah,
it's simple. It's a dock, a thing, and the one cable. Done. You got an HDMI? Great. I plug it in. We can play, Dance Dance Revolution. We can play this or Mario Party or any other games, and I can take it to anybody's house. I can't grab a PlayStation and put it in my bag. No. It's too big. Same thing with the Xbox. I can't grab an Xbox and you have to take some controllers. The Switch pops into a little bag they can take anywhere with you, and all you have to do is take the dock with you, and that's it.
That's the beauty of it, and I feel like that's what Nintendo is. Nintendo's gonna be the top G of all consoles. Like, if we're still doing console wars, Nintendo's gonna be on top of it, and no matter what, because they're the only ones who they forced everybody from playing their consoles to now handheld, and now that's the only thing that they have.
And not only that, but Nintendo's gonna be the top company when it comes to multiplayer games. Smash Brothers, Mario Party. Those type of games it's all family oriented. Dance Dance Revolution. I'd rather play Dance Dance Revolution, obviously, on
Splatoon.
Splatoon's a perfect thing. I tried doing Foam Stars, so I'd like to do a lot of games on stream that are brand new that come out. I did Foam Stars. I ended my stream in 35 minutes. Nani? Foam Stars was literally PlayStation's version of Splatoon, where you get foam and you throw it into the thing, you have to glide through it and attack other people. It was so bad that I ended my stream in 30 minutes. I didn't even want to play another game. I go, I'm done, guys. I'm out. Bye. And I ended it. I don't even think that game was relevant anymore.
That bad. Wow.
It was that bad. They're trying to mimic what Nintendo does, and you cannot mimic what Nintendo does. Multiverses has tried to mimic what Nintendo did.
Yeah.
I've played Multiverses, and I will only be able to play about 2 hours on stream and be like, all right, I'm done. I can't play anymore. If you can't keep me on there for longer than 2 hours, I don't think you're a good game. And it's not. It's way too slow. It's not quick enough. And they try mimicking with all these characters coming out, and you can throw Beetlejuice at me, and yes, I spend money on it, but whatever. But it's not Super Smash Brothers.
Right.
Like racing games, yes, you can have some racing games that are a little different than Mario Kart, but I'm always going to go back to Mario Kart.
Well, imagine having Gran Turismo handheld, and you can take it anywhere. Or Forza, or whatever these racing games, that's so popular. Imagine that you can actually legit play God of War, the reboot, anywhere without you getting connected to the freaking.
It's not like that. And let's say I'm in bed right now, all right, and my girlfriend's watching TV, whatever. I don't want to watch her novelas. I put on some headphones. I put on my Bluetooth, and I'm playing my game right there.
Yes,
handheld. I can't do that. I gotta go to the living room if I want to play my PlayStation or play my Xbox to play games. No, I can literally be in my bed and play a game and that's it. And when I'm done, put it in the little pouch and put it to the side of my bed.
That's one of the problems I'm having right now recently is like I don't have enough time to play console games anymore. Like it's all, and if I'm playing a console game, it has to be a franchise game that I've already played in the past, like Resident Evil 4. Out 100% I'm gonna play all the Resident Evil franchise. God of War, 100% I'm gonna play God of War. Call of Duty, I'm no longer doing the multiplayer, so I only care about the campaign. So do I really want to spend $70 to just play 6 hours of the campaign? Any other games? Devil May Cry, 100% I'm gonna play the series. Final Fantasy, I'm in between. Don't get me wrong, I love the 7. 7 is my favorite Final Fantasy. When they make the remake and they released it at the time, it was COVID. So obviously I had the time for it. But me trying to play the second one, Rebirth, and I feel like that game should be Game of the Year. It was hard for me to play back because I don't have the time and the luxury to get into it, you know. Whereas the Switch, I can play Pokemon. I can reset the game itself and play it again. I'm still like I could go anywhere. I can play Legends of Tears of the Kingdom, Zelda game, any given time when I don't feel like it. Not just recently, I just bought the new Gundam game, Gundam Breakers 4. I'm having so much fun playing it in the Switch. And I'm just like, oh my God, customizing my Gundam into like this badass version looking motherfucker. And I literally taking it anywhere. I'm just like hooked on it. I feel like that kind of staying in console, somehow I lost the edge out of it. And I feel like I'm more of getting more into like something that's easy accessible for me. No longer with the consoles, which you need to have a TV. You need to like put some headphones in for the wife. Oh, the wife wants to be with you. Okay, let me just put the show and then put on the Portal and stream. And I bought it. I don't know why I bought it, honestly, because like the whole concept of it, I thought it was like, oh, we're gonna like I can play any game. I can download the game and I can just play it. No, you need to be connected to internet. That sucks. That really sucks because I feel like PSP was ahead of its time. It's sad that it died out. And I feel like PlayStation should do that again. Try again with the PSP. In fact, let me put it this way. Let me put it this easy for you guys, Sony. Just do exactly what you guys did with the PlayStation Portal, but force people to download the games. Yeah. Buy it from your own.
Well, the Stream Deck came out with a system recently. I mean, you know, Steam came out with their own Steam Deck.
Yeah, the Steam Deck.
So it's like, why can't PlayStation do that?
And you can download. Yeah. Like you purchase the game, download it in the system, and you play it from there. And you don't need to be connected to the internet. You just play it from there.
Yeah, because it's a 256 gig or a 512. You know, it's expensive, but it's a luxury of being able to walk out and play a game
anywhere you want,
anywhere I want.
And
so it's like,
and that's a thing that I'm noticing a lot more with the stream that's becoming a lot more popular, Steam. And I feel that's gonna be the downfall for Xbox alone. Xbox, like it's already happening. People don't realize like, but the latest console, not everybody bought the latest console. You know why? Because these idiots at Microsoft, they made it so easily accessible that you can play the game on your computer.
Oh yeah, so like I have Xbox Game Pass, but the PC version, I got rid of the Ultimate one. So I don't get all the perks, but I still get every single game that comes out day one.
On Xbox, under your PC.
On PC.
Which makes no sense. Why would you then buy a console? Oh, it's for people who like game console and people who don't have supercomputers. But then again, it's like, isn't it much cheaper to like buy a supercomputer?
Yeah, so why pay $400 for a system when I could just buy a $400 graphics card, upgrade mine, and just play all these games now? Like it makes no sense. You know, like the new Indiana Jones game comes out next week or in about 2 weeks or something like that. I don't have to buy it because I have Game Pass. And what am I paying? I'm paying $120 a year. So I'm buying 2 games literally for them.
And any other game that you want to say, fuck it, I want to replay Gears of War again.
Yep, I just jump on and that's it.
Just jump on it and that's it. That's the beauty of it. So that makes me like, why is Microsoft still doing this? Why is Microsoft still doing consoles? Like, guys, you just made it clear. Focus on the streaming because now everybody, especially this day and age where everybody has like a supercomputer of sorts. Like either they have a desktop or a laptop that's powerful enough that they can play that. So I don't understand why they're still hanging in the whole thing when they could just go straight to a PC. Like, if I know that this game's gonna be exclusive for Xbox only, and I can only play this game in Xbox, then I understand that I have to buy the console. But if you're telling me that this Xbox game is also gonna be under their Game Pass on the PC or Steam, there's no point. Like, because that's exactly what I did with the last Halo game, Infinite. I didn't buy it was only exclusive for Xbox, the last one that just got released. I found out that you can play it on was it at Steam or the Xbox Pass, whichever it is, I don't care. When I saw it, it's like, yo, I got a Razer laptop, like it's powerful enough that I could play a video game. I just purchased it, and I just hooked up the Xbox controller to my laptop. I enjoyed the freaking out of that game, and I finished it because I played it from my laptop. And one last thing, the fact that I love about my laptop,
you can take it with you.
And all you gotta do is just hook it up and control it, and you don't even have to turn on the Wi-Fi. You could, because it's already downloaded.
The same thing is with PlayStation. PlayStation now got rid of it's all digital pretty much. You have to buy the adapter if you want to buy the discs.
Oh yeah, with the Pro that they released. Wow, yeah.
I'm telling you, digital is what's going to be at. It's going to destroy the market because 100%. I want a game at cheap. Target has it on sale. I can't buy the game on sale because I got to buy it now in the PlayStation Store. So I think we're going into a world now that you have to adapt to it. And I think Nintendo, with what they're doing with the Switch, they have to keep the Switch 2 with a portable version. Maybe make it a little bit bulkier. I don't care if you have to add more stuff to make it a little bit better. But Nintendo Switch was the smartest idea they did by making it portable, because you're giving the people a reason of why to buy your system. Not the franchises, not the characters. It's portable. So I will pay, like let's say tomorrow I go, I want to buy a game. I want to go on vacation. You know what? I'll buy Mario, whatever, the last Mario game that came out that I haven't had yet. And I'll buy it and I'll play it while I'm either on my car or if I'm the train. We have the new train that goes, in Miami and stuff like that, all the way to Orlando. If I take that train for 2 hours, I can take my Switch and I can play my Switch on there. I can't take a PlayStation and put it on there and play on my PlayStation. Nintendo was smart by not releasing any other system. Like, bro, we're making money. People have to buy our system if they want to play these games. So all we're going to do is do upgrades on the system, and that's it. And it's worked out for them. I think you're right. I think Xbox is the next one that's probably going to go down. That's why they're giving out their exclusiveness to PlayStation. CSDs was the first game that they gave out to them. I think Grounded was the other one. Call of Duty's on both systems as well, and they own the rights to Call of Duty.
And you can still play it on PC.
So I think it's something that, that's the thing. I'm not buying a system. I have my Xbox One S just sitting there, and I haven't plugged it in. And I'm like, I could play these games, but for what? Like, I'll play it on my PC, and that's it. I'm done. So
if you see that Xbox console dies out, you think Sony is gonna jump into that as well?
I think Xbox knows where they're going at. I think Xbox is going to either come out with a digital console for people that do not want to buy a console. Buy a PC. So they can just download the games through there, stuff like that. They're going to probably expand their Game Pass to a little bit more or have like an extra tier. Like, hey, if you buy this tier, we'll give you these other games in the lineup and make it more into that. I think that's what Xbox has to do if they want to continue their...
At least the way that I'm seeing how Xbox is moving, it looks like it's leaning towards that a lot more.
Yep. Like, give me a tier like, you'll get all day one exclusives, but if you want to play, I don't know, these games that were old, like maybe Xbox One games, you have to pay this tier. Like how PlayStation does. But there's 3 tiers.
Yes.
If you want to play Xbox 360 games, you got to pay this tier. If you want to play Xbox One games, you got to pay this tier. So it kind of gives you like a little bit of like, crap, if I want to play these old school games, I got to pay an extra $2 a month or whatever.
That just tells you how good old school games were. The replay value is insane versus recent games that doesn't have that big of a impact as they did back then. Now, because otherwise they wouldn't give you the access to do it again.
Half of the games that are out right now, I'd rather play old school games than playing games that are out right now. So,
and that's fair to say. Like, there hasn't been a game impact yet that's like, wow. I think that's exactly why, like, in this year's Game Awards,
this year's the worst.
Yeah,
it got to the point that they had to announce that DLCs, remakes, and and are included into Game of the Year in all categories.
That means that
Elden Ring is probably going to be on there.
Yeah.
You might have Mario Thousand Door remake on there, maybe. I don't know, because it's a remake. But yeah, this year's been terrible. I've went down the list and I'm like, I can't even count with my hand 5 good games that came out this year. Last year was so many games that came out that you couldn't tell. Hogwarts didn't get freaking nominated for Game of the Year, and that was
crazy.
It's like there was too many games that you couldn't nominate. So I think we're going into a world now that, games are not as
relevant
as relevant. They're relevant for a month. Helldivers came out. Helldivers 2 came out. Relevant for 2 months. All right, what's next? I want to play something else. And if you look at the games that people are playing online, Dead by Daylight, 7 years ago, it came out. People are still playing it. Sea of Thieves came out 7 years ago. People are still playing it. It's not new games. They're old games just being updated. When you look at these streamers on TikTok playing, what are they playing? I see retro. I see people playing. I think one was like you had to pick out a person like from a lineup and they ask you different questions. I'm like, oh, what game is this? I haven't seen it. When I checked, the game is from like 10 years ago or like 6 years ago. But that's what people are looking into. That's what people are playing right now.
Right.
These games are like, all right, I'm done with the story. Now what? There's no real reason to be playing it. That's why, again, Nintendo is smart. What are they doing? Here's Dance Dance Revolution. You're going to play it because it's a dancing game. We'll update the lineup. Oh, here's Mario. What did they do with Mario Party? This is one thing that I loved. The rhythm. They had a rhythm game for the Wii that everyone kept on asking. We need this rhythm game back. And I've seen people playing it all the time on TikTok. Mario Party brought that in. So it's music, and then you have to press the button at a certain rhythm, for the event going on.
Right.
So they brought that into Mario Party. That's what people are into, and I think a lot of these studios are just like not knowing what people want.
Yeah, I think that it's just sad to see like that. It's not how it used to be when we were growing up playing video games. That they became so iconic to the test of time, to the display. We're still replaying it.
Yeah, and anybody who comes in and sees it, I'm like, oh, I remember that game. Like Punch Out. I've seen people playing so much Punch Out and Super Punch Out. It's like if Nintendo's smart with the Switch 2 when it comes released, bring out another Punch Out game. That's what you want to bring out. That's a game I've been asking for years, but they haven't brought it out back yet. But that's something that I would say that's a smart move to do. How many God of Wars can we get? I mean, you got us Valkyrie recently, the DLC. What's next?
Like Egyptians. That's probably the next one. They're probably going to get into that Egyptian lore. And then, all right, so we got Norse, Greek, the Egyptian, and there was one more that they hinted on the God of War reboot. That there was like the 4 iconic ones.
That's what they can do.
So they can explore the Egyptian lore and they can explore the other one. But then after that, what else?
Yep. I think a lot of these games don't know what they're doing with it, and they're not trying to explore something new. Assassin's Creed is the main one right now. Every year they come out with a new one. I'm a Ubisoft partner. Holy fucking crap. I'm sorry to tell you, you guys are terrible with these games. Like, there's no story to it. There's no build up.
It died out after Black Flag for me.
Yeah.
In fact, the main storyline, what intrigued me about Assassin's Creed is the fact that you're an assassin. You have to be stealthy. You have to be like quick thinking about certain things. And the storyline with Desmond is like, okay, this is like, after Black Flag, that was like the last Assassin's Creed movie that I was like, oh my God. I played Unity, that sucked ass. I played Syndicate, it was good because I liked the perspective of switching characters and they have their own missions. That was pretty good. And the fact that they brought Jack the Ripper and all this, I was like, ooh, shit, okay, I did with it. When they did Origins, I was like, the battle system itself, they changed it completely. Yeah. And they did it the same thing with Odyssey. Odyssey was just bad. And Valhalla to
Mirage, I just played it. It's not.
So I'm afraid with the next one that's coming, which is like the one that people wanting this game, the one in Japan, Feudal Japan, they've been wanting this game for the longest time, and they finally releasing it. I'm afraid that it's gonna be just like another Valhalla, another Mirage.
They're releasing it. They got backlash. Delayed. They delayed it, and then guess what happened? we have a PlayStation Connect thing coming out. PlayStation releases Ghost of I forgot what it was. Ayotai. They're announcing that game. Oof. And then Dynasty Warriors is coming back. So you literally right now had the upper hand, and then now PlayStation goes, screw you. We're going to come out with Dynasty Warriors, which is probably going to go on other consoles, which is going to hurt your game. And they're also coming out with a new Ghost. Now what? I don't want to play that game. When I saw Dynasty Warriors, and that was the smartest thing they ever did. Dynasty Warriors was the game that I played back in the day that I loved. You had one guy, you're beating up all these people, you jump on a horse, there's a million people.
You're doing so many combos and everybody's getting your ass kicked.
Now they're going to release it. Oh, I'm 100% getting that game when it first comes out because it's nostalgia to me. Xbox, what are they doing? They're bringing back nostalgia with us when it comes to Gears of War.
Yes.
I'm excited to see where the story.
Oh, yeah. E-Day. I'm so stoked for that one. But
so,
what else did Xbox announce that we were like, ooh, yeah.
Fable.
See, Xbox, what I told about Mike about is that we don't, Xbox, as much as he's an Xbox fan, like all through it, he doesn't have a PlayStation or anything. I told him, it's like, oh, like Xbox doesn't have any new IPs.
Oh.
Everything is just rehash. If they do it correctly, then that's gonna be their thing. They're gonna just keep doing rehashing the same IPs, different stories to tell. And when they did announce for Gears and
Fable,
oh my god,
that threw me. When I saw, and the funny thing with Fable, the trailer wasn't even showing any gameplay. It showed one of the actors I love. He's a great actor. Pretty much just telling a story, and then you see the main person as a female. I think that's the main character. I'm not sure if you choose between guy or girl, but it doesn't matter. But I saw Fable. I'm like, Fable? Are you kidding? Like, I'm down for that, 100%. It got me interested to get into Xbox. Nintendo this year, I think their system's great. We said the system's great. They did bring out Mario Party, but all they gave us this year was remakes.
Yeah.
Mario vs. Donkey Kong remake. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD remake. What's the other one? The 1000-Year Door remake. Super Mario RPG remake.
Monster Hunters too.
Monster Hunter, but that's not.
But that's still.
But it's on almost every system. The only new one they really give us was the last one that came out like a week ago, which is Mario and Luigi, which I heard it looks funny, it looks cool, but Nintendo kind of dropped the ball this year. There's a bunch of they have Metroid coming out next year.
Oh my god, Metroid! I'm excited for Metroid.
So that's good. I think they need to bring out a new Star Fox game.
I think they should bring a new Star Fox game.
I think they should bring a Punch-Out game. Be honest, they should.
Pokemon Legends ZA is coming next year, and I'm telling everybody the new gen for Pokemon 2026 because that's the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. So listen to me when I tell you guys it's happening. But 2026.
If Totodile's in the game, I'll get it. If he's not, I'm going to be pissed. I don't understand what's going on with him. He's my favorite character, but they never put Totodile in any other game, and it's starting to get me annoyed. So,
but Totodile you can have Totodile in this last game, the Scarlet and Violet.
Isn't it? I heard it was not.
No, you can have it.
Oh, okay.
But it's a mission to have it, but you can have it.
Oh, okay, then I'll probably play that
you have to grind a little bit to do certain things, but once you got it, you will have access to get any of the starters.
Okay.
So the way they did it, it's in one of the DLCs. You have to do a few missions within that DLC, which sometimes gets reverted, but it's at the same time, you can like fast track it and it's very easy. And once you get a certain amount of points, certain areas in that DLC unlock certain starters. Like let's say, for example, you're in the water region, they're going to unlock a lot of the tropical-esque Pokemon. So you'll see like a Totodile or a Squirtle or Ocean Water, and then the grass type will be like, one of the grass types that is like water themed or tropical themed or fire themed, and they'll appear in that area.
Okay.
So yeah, you can have any of the old gens. It's just it's
a mission. Okay. But I think that's like I don't know, like these companies, I don't know what they're thinking. There's a lot. I think Nintendo dropped the ball this year. I think, honestly, out of everyone, PlayStation did the best for 2025.
I think PlayStation will take the reign this year.
Because I think if you look at Game of the Year, I think Xbox might be snubbed out, and I think also Nintendo is going to be snubbed out.
There was one comment, I don't know if you saw it, and when I commented on your video about Game of the Year, somebody like did a reply, and I'm like, Okay.
I put Dragon Age on there because I didn't know DLCs were included in it. But, you know, I know a lot of people are saying there's another.
I think it was that one that says like Dragon Age.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Because I say, yeah, based on the list, I feel like Rebirth will be taking the title. It's a fantastic remake. And this one commenter says like, yeah.
Hey, yo, what the
I'm sorry, but Rebirth is just not it. Oh, he put Black Myth Wukong deserves the number one
I don't
spot.
think so.
Nah, bro.
I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't think it's gonna. I don't even know if it's gonna be part of it.
Didn't Black Wukong release this year?
It did release this year, so yeah, it's part of it.
I don't. You think it has enough time for it to be like put on the slot as a nominee?
No, yeah, they had all the way till November 7th or 12th.
Okay,
to be on there. Metaphor is the one a lot of people are saying that it's gonna be on there. And
Hell's Divers, I can see.
Stellar Blade, people are saying as well. I never played Stellar Blade.
That's more of a. That's if you're playing like Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance or Devil May Cry. That's that topic, and it's a hack and slash game.
Yeah, Metaphor.
Waifu intact.
Yeah, Metaphor Refrontazio is the one that a lot of people are saying. Balatro is another one that people are saying as well.
So Hell's Diver 2, yeah, that was unexpected. I didn't expect the Hell's Diver 2 was gonna be in it.
Those are people that they're predicting. I think Hell's Diver 2 just fell off.
It fell off quickly.
Yeah, like after 2 months, people just fall off. It had too many bugs, too many issues. It got repetitive. I guess people just didn't want to play anymore. I mean, you fought against the bugs or you fought against robots. I think they needed to bring another fraction in to get me back into the game.
Okay,
so the gaming world's weird. I think they need to come up with a new IP. We need a new character that's out there. I know Sega's rebooting a lot of their stuff into more graphical style. But I think maybe Sega's going to come up with a new system. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
But I think we need a new IP out there. We need something, and I'm not sure who's going to be the first one. The first one to jump out with a new IP or a new character. Basically, kind of do that with Astrobot, but we already know who Astrobot is. He's pretty much the main little guy from your system, which was a great game as well. But I think we need a new IP coming out soon.
Yeah, I agree.
That's gonna hit out there. So
that leads up to the Secret Level series that's coming for Amazon Prime, which I am really excited because it's gonna give us more lore details of other games. I've never seen such a thing happening, and I'm really excited to turn it up like that.
Look, Amazon's done a great job.
The Boys, Invincible, Jack Ryan series.
Even with their gaming, Amazon came out with
Reacher.
Amazon came out with Lost World.
Oh yeah, Lost World was sick.
I think Throne of Liberty also Amazon.
Fallout. Oh, I know they saw at the Secret Levels. I saw Armored Core, Mega Man. They'll have the PlayStation lineup. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a whole Warhammer. I was like, okay, shit, like we're going hard on this. No, Amazon is doing a great job, man. Amazon is one of those few studios that does not fuck up the source material for if they're doing a comic book adaptation or a video game adaptation. Like they're one of the few that is like they're doing a great job.
So they're doing what? They're doing a Mega Man TV show or
no? Mega Man is gonna be an episode in that anthology series.
Oh, okay.
So it's gonna be Mega Man. It's gonna be there's gonna be an episode of Mega Man. There's gonna be an episode of Warhammer. There's gonna be an episode of the PlayStation lineup. There's gonna be an episode of Armored Core that Keanu Reeves is gonna be there. That's the one I'm excited because I'm a mech lover.
I'm down for some Mega Man. I mean, it's there's a lot of stuff.
Oh my god, they should bring back Mega Man as a new rehashed IP.
Yeah, I would.
Mega Man.
I mean, one game that 3D's everyone's playing a lot of these games that are open world. You had Mega Man Legends back in the day for the PlayStation 1.
Oh,
bring me a Mega Man Legends out there.
1 and 2, that was insane.
Bring me a Legends game out for the system, and I'm telling you now, people, I will play it.
Yo, I forgot about that game.
I'm telling you, retros out there. If these people are smart, have a social media person that's going through social media and watching what people are playing. And you will understand, damn, that's what we need to start bringing back.
And I follow a lot of social media personnel that are like very retro in their pages. And I'm like, fuck, I grew up in that. Fuck, I remember when I used to be like that. Yeah.
I remember when I had better reflexes than I'm doing right now.
One game. All right. So let me leave this with this like one last question before we wrap it up.
Mhm.
I have this answer. What's one game that you would wish that was from the past that they can make a nice reboot or not a reboot? No, sorry, remake with the modern day technology and whatnot. What's one game or one game franchise that you will want to make, and what company would you think they should do it?
I mean, the main thing would be Mega Man, but no. Jesus.
I mean, Capcom is a possibility,
Yeah. I mean, they've done great jobs, especially with Street Fighter and stuff like that.
and with the Resident Evil
Yeah.
franchise and Devil May Cry franchise is like,
I mean, they can do a great job with something like Mega Man. I think that would be bring back Mega Man 1, but bring it with that type of graphics and type of atmosphere that we have now would be great. Sega's already doing that with one game. Golden Axe is another one. Streets of Rage is another one that they're bringing out. So I'm excited to see what that's going to come out with. You know what would be great? Double Dragon.
wow, I haven't heard that in a long time.
That right now we are into a world right now where smash up, beat up games like Shredder's Revenge from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade one, which is the one with Michael Myers, and they have Art the Clown coming out with one as well. I think if we bring something like that, like a beat 'em up style, but Double Dragon,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we're Double Dragon and Battletoads together as well. That'll be I'm down for that.
Battletoads.
I mean, they came out with one for the Xbox, but it was not as what we had before.
Yeah,
But I am down for a Double Dragon remake to come out.
that's actually pretty good.
I would like that. What would you like?
The Dino Crisis franchise.
Yes. I didn't think of that one. But I've mentioned that before. Dino Crisis needs to come back.
Bro, I mean, it's Capcom has their R8 engine with fucking Resident Evil. I don't see why they cannot bring Dino Crisis, and I feel like that's a franchise that I've heard a lot of people that they will want to bring.
Mhm.
Like I remember when I played the first and second, and I was like shitless the whole time. I mean, there's a horror aspect in it.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs, yeah, I got it. But some of these are like you're either fighting a freaking Velociraptor, you're fighting a T-Rex.
Yep.
Or some other dinosaur you never heard of. I was like, what kind of amalgamation is this shit? And he's trying to kill him. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And the horror element out of it is there. Even if you play it back, like you still get like that horror feel out of it. So if you bring me back Dino Crisis as a remake,
I'm done. That I would easily pay. And I feel a lot of things haven't been released because the Game Awards are about to come out, which is on, you said December 12th. I think a lot of these games are going to be dropped. Some games are going to be dropped out there and people are going to be showed out. So a game like Dino Crisis will be shown on that because it's Capcom.
Yeah.
It's not a PlayStation exclusive. It's not Xbox exclusive.
It's Capcom.
They'll probably
give it to, yeah.
You know, Capcom will probably drop something like that out there for people. And that's what I'm hoping for.
Yo, that's a good point. That
Mhm.
that explains a lot. Like I haven't seen any new news for any games.
Oh, yeah.
Like everybody's been dried up in the information. All I hear is rumors and leaks.
Yep.
That's all I've heard. Like the leak that happened with Pokemon that I was like so like into it.
Mhm.
And then the accident lit by Metacritics that Resident Evil 9 is coming out.
Which we'll probably get it in the Game Awards. They'll probably do like a teaser for it.
Right.
So,
and I've already heard rumors that there's gonna be a sequel to the Devil May Cry franchise that's already in the works.
Yep.
So there's like and again, it's one of those like Capcom. This is your year.
they're the only company that honestly is still relevant. To be honest, out of all the companies that are out there that have brought so many games out, they're the only company that's actually survived from back in the day to like now.
Yeah,
Because a lot of them died out pretty much or closed out.
And Capcom's like the only one that does listen to their fan service.
Mhm.
Like they do hear them. Like I remember, I keep bringing back Devil May Cry, but it's because I have such a love for that game. It's amazing. I remember when the reboot came about, everybody was shitting on it. It was horrible. And they were like, we heard you loud and clear. We're gonna continue with the sequel. And they give us 5, and that made like the whole redemption of that series. That made it like, whoa, because they had the RE engine. They started to curse out. It was like, whoa, whoa, we're dropping F-bombs like right now. This wasn't happening in the first 4 games, what?
Yep.
And everybody was such a badass in their own perspective, and they had their own standalone character development that you're like, wow. And then bringing back Virgil for you to play it, like that made like everybody, oh my God, DMC is back. DMC is back. So Capcom does listen to people. And I mean, that's exactly what happened with Resident Evil.
Yep.
They fucked up Resident Evil 3 and they said like, all right, hold on. Okay, let's not butcher the remake of number 4. Let's take our time and then release it, because they were kind of rushed out. They thought that by releasing 2, oh, okay, let's just give them free and, it's the same thing. And then kind of backfired.
I think Dino Crisis, they could come out, because I don't think, besides the Resident Evil 9 that you said right now, I think there's nothing else that they should remake. I think 1's already been remade, 2's been remade, 4 just got remade.
Unless they want to soft reboot the franchise by remaking 5 and 6.
The 5, I've played it. I saw some of my friends playing it recently. It wasn't great. I didn't like it that much. The whole entire end twist. Oh my God, Wesker's still alive, whatever. I felt like it wasn't relevant enough. So I would just stick with redoing.
Well, what about the Code Veronica? That's one that everybody says like that's like one of the top G's of Resident Evil. Like, would you remake that one?
I would wait another year. You've already bought out Village. You bought out 4 remake. I think you just hold off. Bring out the new one if you want. Bring out a remake of Dino Crisis, and then in 2 years you could do a remake for Code Veronica.
Keep the RE.
Yeah. So it gives you saying, okay, here's something new, and now here's a remake. And then I'm telling you right now, bring Dino Crisis back, 100%.
100%.
Because why not?
It's an iconic Capcom game.
It's an iconic Capcom game. Jurassic Park is huge right now.
Oh yeah, you have a point. You're right. You're absolutely right. There hasn't been a good dinosaur game since Turok or Dino Crisis.
Yeah. So bring us that in.
Yeah, like imagine that they released Dino Crisis remake the same year that they'll release the 4th Jurassic World game. I mean movie.
Yeah, I think that'll be the smartest thing to do.
Like Year of the Dino. It's like it gives. It's a win-win for both ends, because people will want to watch the movie, see dinosaurs, and at the same time, it's like, I want to play a game about dinosaurs and me beating them up and whatnot. It's like, oh, I got Dino Crisis. That's going to be insane.
Yeah, I think that's what they need to do. I think they were focusing a lot on Street Fighter and their fighting games, because Tekken was coming out, and, they were probably, and Mortal Kombat 1 was coming out, so they were trying to compete with that. So I think that's why they were working on that way.
Which leads us to our final thing. Highest selling fighting games of all time. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was number 1 with 34.22 million copies.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 2, 29.19 million. Super Smash Bros. The 3DS and Wii U version.
Which I have the 3DS version.
15.2 million. Mortal Kombat 11, 15 million. Again, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, 13.32 million. Crazy. Mortal Kombat X, 12 million. So wait, so 11 is better than X?
Yeah.
This one, I was shocked. Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, 11.88 million.
Was that the first Naruto game that ever came out? Maybe that might have been the reason why.
No. The first Naruto game came out in PS2. It was Ultimate Ninja. The PlayStation 3 was Ultimate Ninja Storm. That's the Storm series. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe that's a system that.
Yeah. I'm surprised, because I'm a huge fan of the Storm series, except for the last one they released that they butchered it. Tekken 7, 11.8 million. Tekken 5, 10. And I'm surprised to see that Dragon Ball Fighter C was number 10 as a 10 million.
I mean, I don't know when that list was done, but I think the new Dragon Ball Z game is probably going to...
Sparking Zero?
It's probably going to take over a lot. Give it till Black Friday when it goes on sale, because I know it's going to go on sale. That's what I'm waiting for.
That's exactly what I'm waiting for too. You think that game, you consider that as a fighting game? The Sparkling Zero?
So that's where... sorry. That's where I was telling people, I go, do I put Dragon Ball Z as a game of the year because it has a story that's not a fighting game? Or do I put it into the category of fighting games mixed with Tekken 7 and Mortal Kombat 1? I'm more excited about the fighting game aspect of this freaking Game of the Year awards than the Game of the Year.
Yeah. Right.
Because when you think about it, what do you have? If you put Sparking Zero there, you have Sparking Zero, you have Mortal Kombat 1, you have Street Fighter. I mean, not Street Fighter. Tekken, Mortal Kombat 1, and Sparking Zero.
Yeah.
That's hard to choose between those three, which is going to be the best. There's probably going to be two other games, but between those three, that's hard to choose which one's going to win. So now it's like, that's an actual challenge. It has both. It has more.
That's the thing. Like, I feel like fighting games, I guess I classify it when you're on that 2D version of it.
I think every game has that also. Because the last Street Fighter game had a story mode and had a regular fighting mode as well. But it's not 3D dimensional. Like how like wasn't Tekken 3D dimensional kind of? Because
I think. And Naruto is 3D. Now that I thought about it, yeah, you're right.
So I think that's fine. You can still put it. I was just thinking more of like, can it be Game of the Year because it has a story mode to it?
And the good thing about the story mode is that they have the what if scenarios.
Yeah, that
was cool.
So I mean, some people are putting Tekken 7 as a Game of the Year. No. I mean, the last Tekken game, but I don't know. That's another thing, but
we don't do that here.
But I'm excited to see which one wins between those three. But I think Dragon Ball, the new one that came out, give it till next year. Look at the list next year, and I think that's going to jump up into
I think
where it needs to.
And it's also a nostalgia fan favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Like anybody who grew up with Dragon Ball.
100%. Like that's why I wanted to play it. I'm like, the reason I didn't buy it, for people to understand, it's $70.
Yeah, bro.
I'm telling you right now, $70 per game. It's like, all right, do I want to get this game or do I want to get that game? One of my friends mentioned the same thing with Dragon Age. People have been shitting on Dragon Age. He actually likes it, but it pushes me going, do I want to spend $70 on Dragon Age or do I want to spend $70 on Dragon Ball or do I want to spend $70 on the Mario game that just came out?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's giving me a choice. So it's kind of like use streamers as a way to see the game. Maybe you don't want to see the whole entire story, but you can kind of see a little bit of the combat and see what it is, or look at clips and see, oh, this looks pretty cool. I want to buy it.
Right.
But I think that, I'm waiting for Black Friday. Hopefully there's some deal. I don't care what deal there is, but hopefully there's a deal out there that saves me a little bit of money.
Keeping an eye on some games as well. Just like, I put it on my wish list in Amazon. It's just like, wait until they got that Cyber Monday deals or Black Friday deals. It's like, if I see like a little number change, like,
I'll jump on it. Yeah, 100%.
100%. Yeah.
So.
Bro, I think we can wrap this up, man. It's been a while since we got we did a whole 3 hours and 30 minutes. Yeah.
No, it's a lot of topics, man.
Yeah.
The thing was that we had so much passion on the half of these topics, We went to like, oh, they did this. I'm like, oh, that's Disney. Or we went to this. It's like, there's so many different topics and stuff.
But that's the beauty about the podcast, man. Yeah. You can just like go off script if you want to. I mean, I think that's exactly how a podcast should be. Like you see what you're so passionate about and feel your authenticity about it and feel that makes the whole podcast scene like very authentic. Like I can see why I fuck with you because you're just giving your own opinions. It's not like it's all law be all. But you're giving a fresh perspective as to like the yes men's that you see all the time, And I was like, that's why I try to get into the podcast scene. That's what I love about making this first show that I have. Then I love it so much. Making more of this fandom that we have, because I feel like that's where I'm more happy. I'm more like passionate about it than everything else. It's like I could just talk to you about this. I could talk to other people about it. They come on and we'll just like kick it,
But that's the thing. So like you said that. All right, because it's something that you enjoy and you actually enjoy doing it. For people that are thinking about streaming or doing anything like this, make sure you're doing what you love. Do not follow what others are doing because you're going to get bored and you're going to get tired. I can tell you now that I'm streaming, I was streaming Sea of Thieves. I like the game. It's great. When my friends aren't on it, I don't want to play it because I don't know what to do. There's not much. Why will somebody watch me over someone else that's probably a bigger streamer, more popular? I'd rather play what I like. I'm going to play retro games. I'm going to play this because what is it? I'm bringing something that I enjoy. I have no issue sitting there playing 8 hours of Final Fantasy IX or playing a retro game from beginning to end because it's bringing me joy into what I'm doing.
Yep.
So don't fall into, everyone's playing the new, I don't know, the new Indiana Jones game. I'm going to play because I like Indiana Jones and I have the movies, so I'm bringing something to it. But, I'm going to play it because he's playing it. No, if you don't like Indiana Jones, don't play it on stream. Do what you enjoy. Like, if you enjoy... I have people playing freaking the Pokemon TCG game on their phone on stream.
Yeah, which is like... It's weird because they don't do anything other than do open packs. That's it. That's
one of my friends does battles and stuff like that, but he enjoys Pokemon, so there's a reason why he does it. I mean, if you have a reason for it, do it. If you're doing it because everyone else is doing it, it's not going to work out. Trust me. You're gonna hit a wall. You're gonna hate streaming. You're gonna hate doing podcasts because you're not doing what you love. So trust me, there's an audience for everything out there. 100%. There's an audience for everything.
I wholeheartedly agree. That's why I love doing this.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like this is where I can get the most out of it. Like, and again, guys, if I'm doing this for money, guys, trust me, I wouldn't be here. If this is for money, because like I'm not, I made it to the YouTube 1000s, guys. I'm not even partner, even though I don't make any revenue. I don't make any money out of podcasts anymore. Like I just don't. You need to love what you do. And if you're doing this for the monies, then you get the butt.
Congratulations, you played
because
yourself.
not everything has to be about money, guys. You have to do stuff. This is for me. It's a hobby. It's a hobby that I want to follow. That I can see myself doing this for the next 30, 40, 50 years from now. Like I can see myself as us going old age. You know, with white beards and shit. And be like, remember that time when we were playing? Remember this game, Dino Crisis? Yo, that was like 40 years ago. It's like, yo, that shit was amazing, right? Like we can talk about that type of stuff, and we don't. And what's crazy is that people are there to listen. They give out your opinions as well, and you would never know that if there's like some new gen kid that's listening to us and they say, I never heard of Dino Crisis. Oh, let me like take a look at that. And now they're playing the retro games, and just like how you're doing it, you're playing the retro games. Imagine some guy seeing you playing, it's like, man, that looks like fun. Let me see if I can take a look at that. Let me see if I can play that.
Yeah, just to let you know, reflexes now at the age of 42 is way different than when I was a kid. I played Aladdin, and that was the hardest thing in the world to play. So I'm kind of wondering how Darkwing Duck is going to be next, but I'm
wait until you play the Spider-Man, the PlayStation 1 Spider-Man.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'll probably add that to December or something like that. But you serious? You get to press both buttons at the same time. I don't have the reflexes like that.
Wait until you get to those games again. I remember back in the day when it was even when I did some of the simulators, I was like playing some of the games. I'm like, oh my God, I totally forgot I had to do this. Oh my God, how the hell did I beat this boss? Wait, Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know how many times I played that game and I love it so much. There are times like, how did I beat this person with little resources that I got?
I play Final Fantasy 9. I do it on Saturdays or on the weekends. And every time I hit a certain area, I go, oh my God, I remember this. It just triggers something in the back of my mind of when I was younger, playing that same part in the game. And I go, so I mean, to me, it helps me out with my memory because I don't know if I'm losing my memory or not at this old age, but
I know I am.
It helps you out with your memory as well.
Yeah, it's memory muscle.
Yeah, it's memory muscle. I'm like, oh my God, I remember this. And it brings joy because of how I was when I was a kid enjoying these type of games. So it's like, do what you enjoy. That's the only thing I'm going to say. I mean, you see both of us how we are. We both have two different character styles. If you see a streamer and you like them and they're screaming all the time, it doesn't mean you have to go out there and scream all the time.
No.
There's people that like passive people that are more calm, people that are a little bit more energetic, people are a little bit more crazy. Be yourself. Just have fun.
I agree.
I don't want to mention that to anybody who's a streamer or thinking about doing something like this, that they know there's different avenues into it. So
I hate when these big streamers scream at the mic. As an audio engineer's perspective, not as an audio engineer's perspective. I hate it because I see that they're damaging the microphone and it's clipping so bad, and that it's distorting the audio. It's cringe for me to hear that, and it hurts my ears. And anybody who listens to these streamers, if you're on your headphones, believe it or not, guys, it's damaging your ears.
Yeah.
That's not normal behavior for them to screen that. Obviously, they do it because that's what they are. That's what they're known for. But what they don't know is that they're damaging their own property, like their own equipment, and they're damaging the ears of other people because there's a reason why there's red line.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we say don't go red, don't go red. because the sound gets distorted and it hurts your ears. I cannot stand them. I cannot stand it no matter how goofy or how cool they are. It's just like, bro, you have so much followers. You have so much money. Invest on a better equipment that doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's how they want to look, and that's how people like them. So, I mean, that's how they want to be. I mean, it is what it is. So,
it tweets their own. At that point, like, that's what they like. But I'm just saying it as an audio engineer's perspective. I'm looking at. That's why I'm biased in that perspective.
My ears at the age I am, I'm looking out for my ears as well.
Mm-hmm.
Get yourself a pair of headphones. You can lower the volume as well, because I lower them to as low as I can so they don't blow up my ears.
No, especially if you're playing Phasmophobia or any of these other horror games.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that you got your headphones all the way up, and all of a sudden you get jump scare.
Yeah,
like you hear that.
So it's funny. Like a Phasmophobia, I'll have it on my OBS. I have it to like 50%, so the audience still hears things and stuff like that. My headphones are still serious, so if I put the volume all the way up, it doesn't recognize what OBS is saying.
Yeah,
it will be full blast. So I have to lower it there. And then pray to God my ears don't bleed or anything like that. So, yeah.
There's another horror game that maybe you should try that I don't know if you've seen it. It's a Japanese horror game.
Devour?
I don't know. It's one that I've seen a couple of people on social media, the streamers.
I'll check it out.
It's a horror. I found when I saw it from one of these guys, I jump scare so many times. I think like the whole synopsis of it is like you're stuck in this hospital.
Oh, bro, I'm old, bro. I'm gonna be in the hospital soon enough. I don't want to be getting freaked out with hospital stuff, and then don't want to go to the hospital.
And you need to get out. That's the whole point. But to get out, you need to like pass certain levels.
No.
And then you're gonna meet different yokai.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
And some of these yokai are like as relevant as the Grudge.
Hold up.
No.
Wait a minute.
No, I'm good on that.
I jump scared just as much as the streamers were jump scaring. I basically like what the fuck? Like, I'm leaving it out here just think about it. Think about it. All right. Bro, thank you very much for coming over to the show, man. I love it. I love it. You coming over to the show. It just reminds me of that, why we're good friends and whatnot. And we have some similar share stuff that we enjoy and we're passionate about. Like, I would love for you to come over for future episodes, man.
No, I'm 100% down. I'm down for that.
Appreciate it, man. I really, really am grateful for you coming over, bro. Thank you. Before we wrap it up, plug yourself out. Let the people know where they can follow you.
Well, it's very simple. It's just Mr. Angry Troll at every single social media out there. Instagram, Twitter, X, and YouTube or Twitch. I'm always streaming, retro games, some other stuff as well. And yeah, if you don't like my opinion, I mean, it's my opinion, but
exactly. It's our opinions at the end of the day, guys. And we're talking about based of experience.
Yeah. So
maybe you should listen to us. But if you don't want to, that's fine, guys. Fine. That's fine. You know what? Comment down below. Let me hear your thoughts. And then we'll just argue as to why you're wrong.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
No, thank you very much, bro, for coming over to the show, man. And thank you guys for listening. Always remember to like and subscribe for your weekly episodes here at youtube.com/a Wolf Geek Pod. That's the acronym for, I finally found something shorter because before it was AWGC podcast. That's a mouthful. So I got tired of it and I said like, all right, Wolf Geek Pod.
Yeah.
Perfect. Wolf Geek Pod with a V, guys. Wolf Geek Pod, because it's the name of the show, A Wolf in Geek's Clothing. So you guys check it out, youtube.com/Wolf Geek Pod. You can check all our latest episodes. You can also want to hear the audio versions, Spotify, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts. On any of the platforms, just search at A Wolf in Geek's Clothing. You're going to see all the latest episodes. Comment down below. Let me hear your thoughts. Share your experiences. If you guys got something that you want us to cover, you got a specific topic, or you got something against us, please let me know in the comments down below. We'll do our best to talk about it on the next episode. So guys, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next one, all right? Peace.